Join me in creating this watercolor tomato sketch. I started out by sketching out my tomatoes using a graphite pencil and just double checking and making sure that my marks aren't too dark. From there, I created an underpainting. This is an initial layer of watercolor that helps bring complexity and depth to the piece, and I am doing it in green. Why? Because that is a complementary color. Now, complementary colors are opposites on the color wheel, and as our tomatoes are red, its complement is going to be green. Think Christmas colors. And I'm applying this to my shadow areas only. After that, I am going to move on to do the stem in the same process. Now the stem is green, its opposite is red, so that's what I'm going to be using for my shadows there, which makes it pretty easy. After it is fully dry, I'm going to create a wash of light red to start building up the saturation of my tomatoes, and in some cases I'll warm up that wash a little bit, making it a little bit more orange, and in other cases I'm going to keep it kind of cool. And this is just going to be my initial layers. Once I am done with my tomatoes, I am going to move back to the stem and leaves and do the same exact process as the tomatoes, just with green. Now that it's dry, I can move on to creating some very lovely rich saturation. And I am also going to be using a paper towel to gently lift some of my areas to bring some of the highlights back into my tomatoes. And I'm just going to play around until I'm quite happy with them. Once I'm done, I'm going to do the same thing with the stem, building up its depth and giving it some good dimension. Last but not least, it's time to tackle that background. Now you can do this in any way you would like. I've been doing a lot of tomatoes this week, so I'm going to stick with the dark background, but you do what you want to do. This is going to take me a few layers, so I am actually going to do this off camera. So, voila! We're done!